Welcome back, I'm your friend InSexo. Today I'm going to introduce you a movie which is called Gattaca. This is a movie about a general person or normal people who wants to get the natural space or want to go to the air or the sky or to the universe. If he wants to get into there, he must be a great people who have a great gene. But unfortunately, he doesn't have it. All he have is the diligence and hard work and of stuff. So he must try to do something to get himself get into the airspace station. How can he do that? In the modern society, the whole society only looks at your gene. They don't care about your education level. They don't care about how hard you work. They don't care about that. Or all they care about is how good your gene is, and they can get a prediction about how good you're gonna be in the future. So that's why they determines your future only according to your gene. And there's a cheating way for getting a better gene. That is to do an operation to put the best person's gene into your mother's body. So in that way, you can somehow generate a perfect baby. And that's what the parents in this movie did. They somehow managed to create a perfect baby with the oldest one, living together, sharing the common childhood. For the two boys, the most competitive game they love to play is to try to say who's gonna be the one who lose in the swimming. At the beginning, for a couple of years, the older one, the boy who had a bad gene always lose. But since the boy who has a bad gene are very persistent, the boy who had a bad gene, he works very hard. He read books again and again, and he tries to memorize or learning those stuff again and again, so he can be very good at those stuffs he was interested in. So in the end, in the last competition they did, the one who had a bad gene won once. Why that would happen? Well, because the one who got a bad gene works harder than the one who has a good gene. For little boy, since he got a bad gene, he cannot actually get into the base station corporation. He cannot get into there. The only way could let him get into it is to be a cleaner, to actually clean those things around this facility. That's the only way that could let him get into this philosophy. But he doesn't want to give up. That's his dream. He always want to get into there, and especially he always want to get into the space. So how he's gonna do? Then he made a businessman. This man could help him to cover his old gene by do some cheating stuff. This is what they did. They looked a person who got a very, very good gene, but couldn't be able to work again due to an accident. So they made a trade. They made a deal. The man who has that good gene provides some samples, for example, the blood, the hair, to our boy who had the bad gene. And for doing this, our boy needs to change from the mental to the physicals. One is to strengthen his body to make the good genes hat, and along the way he also has to learn how the good genes man's habits, for example writing with his right hand. So our main character needs to clean himself each day to try to cover his old identity as accurate as possible. For example, by using some fake blood and using some fake hair, even let's say fake piece. And I must say this is very hard because you have to care about everything you need to care to cover your old identity. For example, if you are running too long, you will get a panic like this. This is not something that you can handle if you get a bad gene. But somehow he managed doing that. Oh, I forgot to tell you how he managed to beat up his brother in the swimming. Here's his secret. He never saves energy for backing. So in other words, once he started, he never gives up. He do it with all his heart and energy. So that's why he can get into his limitations. So in the end, he made it not only for fan his love, also being able to get into the airspace or go to the university or go to the outside university or outside universe. That's his dream, and he finally managed it up. That's a big win because that's what he always dreamed about. You possibly couldn't imagine how much efforts he ever made to get into there, to go that far. hard, but he did it, don't you say? So it doesn't matter how bad you are right now. What matters is how much you wanna go and how hard you're gonna try about it. Trust me, you're gonna make it. I'm your friend, Insexo. I will see you in the next video. Bye.